Chelsea, career high points, career high rebounds, and ties career highs for threes made and threes attempted. And first time that the team is at 500 since February 13, 2007, in the 06-07 season. We'll start with Coach Crowley.
I certainly think we saw a game with two teams who were really ready to do kind of anything to get a win. And that was what the game was for about 30, 35 minutes. And fortunately, we got ourselves a little bit of a cushion, and then we really not just relied on our defense, but did what we tried to do on a consistent basis. We made them defend. We took care of the basketball. And even while some shots were dropping, we still were able to get to the foul line and convert there. So I was pleased that people fixed some things we asked them to fix and talked about fixing. I was pleased with the collective effort. To have three kids in double figures really speaks volume, and one of them not be May is a good thing and something this group needed to do. It was a positive, especially considering what we came off of Wednesday night.
But you only took 5 shots from the line in the first half, and then you matched that in like 11 minutes in the second half. Is that something you talk about in halftime, getting to the basketball?
Not really anything that we identified that we needed to do, but we certainly talked in the second half that we were living on threes and they weren't going in too much, so we had to adjust on that. And I thought we did a really good job of doing that and taking advantage of some of their late rotations and doing a good job with our spacing and ball movement to get them out of position. Great foul opportunities.
I think they never got closer than 6 in the second half. Can you talk about how you guys responded whenever they came up and scored points?
Yeah, I think it was really good for us to go through that since in all of our games we've gotten ourselves a 6, 7, or 8 point lead, and then people kind of chip away at it. Today we got I think to 15, and then early in the second half, and then came back and got it to 6. And that's a situation not identical but similar to what we were in Wednesday night, and for us to have to respond to that I think was very good. And to do that, we stalled at the end of the first half where we had a chance to separate a little bit. We stalled with some scoring and turning the ball over. So for us to fix those things in the second half was really good for me to see, and hopefully for our kids to recognize they're capable of.
They got a lot of their points off, broken plays, turnovers. You really wanted to slow the game down in the second half. How effective were you?
I think the fact that we were taking care of the ball, and that's what we do. I think we got a little going a little too fast for ourselves a couple times in some previous games, but we want to make people work. We want to make people defend, and that's what we did, and it showed late in the game that we were getting more fouls and getting some easier open shots because we had kind of wore their defense down.
Coach, you talked about how you get 3 players in double digits today, and one of them wasn't making a maintain mode. How, comforting might be the right word here. How comforting is it for you that you're getting people stepping up, filling holes when never Megan or Jessica isn't?
Yeah, because Jessica didn't shoot it very well at all. The thing about that, Ryan, is we have people who are very capable of it. What has to happen now is the consistency of it. Responded very well from a not a good game against Morgan State to do this. Now what happens Wednesday? We are going to need it. We got a lot of parts, but we need those parts to do their job. Today they did. It's got to be consistent.
Chelsea, is that something you talked about, before games? Coach was saying how, Megan and Jess need help. They scored a lot and didn't seem like they're getting the support from the other players. Do you guys talk about that? Is it something that you felt pressured in doing?
Not really. We try to, if Megan and Jess are shut down, we all try to work as a team to get them open, and the way that they're guarded leaves us open, and then people just need to be ready to step in and take the shots.
Are you seeing more openings now that teams are starting to pay attention to them more?
Yes.
Coach, how important was it? Obviously it's still early in the season, but to go 1-3 and then go into a Big 4 game.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
We felt like we maybe let 1 or 2 get away on the road trip. And as I said, I thought our kids responded really well to that, and certainly it helps when you're at home. Now we've got to be able to handle that on the road and have that same kind of confidence in what we do when we play away from this building.